religious afflictions. I wonder if it might document something similar to Era's plague. If Casmin really believes she's been cursed or afflicted, no wonder she's trying to keep it to herself.
be the last of them. Appreciate the chance to test run your scry.
Remember, Bryn, the spindle needs you to harvest a resonance from one of these massive arcs.
one way to find out.
Can't stretch the scry any further. Isn't that the same Oberon statue you found in the atrium?
Maybe if I burn the vines, I'll be able to see who it is. Matteo Agretius, known for his acts of bravery following the Surge. Could this be your father, Aurea?
Perhaps. Arakin might know how to confirm.
Exactly as I theorized. Era's plague is little more than a stigmatized condition with a perfectly rational explanation.
Which is?
A perfect storm of family traits and lifestyle choices, exaggerated by circumstance. Diet, athletics, and sleep all factor in.
Casmin hasn't been sleeping much.
Might be worth presenting this research to her to see if the rest resonates.
Good idea.
Aurea and I will join you when you're ready.
Everything still good with our Spitfire problem?
All handled. You did great out there. But now we have another problem. Madame Silverbeak. Seriously? I said it while you were out there, and the look she gave me.
Oh no, you didn't!
Oh, yeah, I did. And I shall never again. But well played. But it was quite the experience. Your scry is not at all what I'm used to. It's better, more vibrant. Anyway, sincerely, thank you for your help. If I need more, I'll know to just ask.
When's the last time anyone saw her sleep?
It's been weeks.
Is that normal for a Kasha?
Hey, Bryn. Sorry, was lost in thought. It's this scry thing. It's been bothering me.
You said it felt different from the ones you're used to.
Yours was much more intense than have we overused them? I don't think so. Yours is at least as old and clearly has seen good service.
That does seem strange.
Yeah, I went digging through everything I could find about the scries. I'm sure the Eye has records he won't share with me. Or anyone, really.
A sudden burst of bureaucratic insight.
Yeah, yes, I suppose. Shipping records for scries. There were some set to go out right around the surge.
Exports? To bands like ours?
Probably. Well, that's the problem, though. There's a lot of very specific shorthand on these manifests.
We should talk to Casmin. She lives and breathes shipping logistics.
I was hoping you'd suggest that.
She's a little intimidating.
No, that's Aurea. Casmin just seems busy. Always busy. And I don't want to overstep here with your crew.
We can talk to her together. Arik, about those statues in Upper Denevron.
You mean the Friends of the Eye?
No, I was talking about the champions.
Ha, some of them, maybe. But you could be the most heroic weaver in the world, and unless you're cozying up to leadership, there's no statue being built in your honor.
Huh.
Anyway, what do you want with them?
Well, we're wondering if there could be a familial connection between someone in our band and one of the figures represented on the statues.
You could dive through the archives we've preserved in Casten's Hold on all our heroes. That's the slow, boring way.
Don't let Lane hear you say that.
Or you can compare mantles to see if their patterns are a match.
You can tell two people are related through their mantles.
The spindle could tell you more about the science behind it. But from what I understand, there are similarities across bloodlines in how a weaver's cloth, a pattern tracer, allows us to analyze those similarities between two weavers' patterns. I'll give you a design for it. Once it's built, take it to the Axle and she'll trace the mantles for you. We've preserved mantles belonging to all our heroes in Casten's Hold.
Thanks, Arik. Aurea will be pleased.
Aurea? For what it's worth, she's twice the weaver any of those statues might claim to be.
Now that we have a pattern tracer, it's time to head to Cassidon's Hold.
Casmin, we need...
Could it wait? I'm in the middle of touch counting the armory.
No, it can't.
We've been worried about you.
I'm fine.
No, we can't.
No, in case.
We are safe.
Kaz, I've been doing research on a condition you might know as Ira's plague.
I'm not possessed.
We know.
The Enclave's studies on Ira's plague concluded that it's not a religious affliction. The sufferer experiences a cycle of relentless, disturbing thoughts and all manner of... Though it may be passed on through families, this condition is often exacerbated by a...
Bryn found a diary belonging to a Cassil man in Denevron who suffered from this. I think you should read it. He'd horrible fears he would drop his baby that he was so ashamed of, he couldn't share them with anyone.
That's awful.
It reached a point where he couldn't hold his own child. Until he...
So, you're saying... if I have Ira's plague...
We found evidence of a treatment, yes. We'd need to talk to someone at Cassidin's Hold to know more.
But we didn't want to speak to someone outside the Weaver Band on your behalf without talking to you first.
I... don't know.
None of this is your fault. It's okay to get help.
But no one else seems to need help. I'm the only one having a breakdown.
Hey, it could be any one of us tomorrow. And I know for a fact that if this were happening to anyone else...
She's right. It's hard for all of us to see you suffering like this. We care about you, and we just want you to be...
Fine. You can talk to the Weavers in Cassidin's Hold. I can't promise...
We'll go one step at a time. Hey, Kaz. Arakim has a question.
Is that why you've been lurking around here? Bad. Scries, secured it. You think some scries never made it past...
Doesn't it usually take some time to figure that kind of...
Yes, but I'm a genius. This is what I... So, we should run these down. The records here aren't complete, though. They don't...
Any idea how we do that?
This is where Bryn does what she does. Off the top of my head, there's 3 places. Drover's Gate in the lower city is obvious. Also, I imagine the Bastion would track export of any and all and we should canvass the Hearthsiders. Maybe someone still alive who worked the caravans. I'd ask the Axel. She'd know who to ask.
We have that in common.
Happy to help.
A resonance, freshly pulled from an ark's pattern, as...
By the flames! You can't...
You know, great archons weren't built with patterns. They form...
What is this about? Is that so? Then why is this rogue point harvesting archons for you?
It's my fault. I was just hoping Isla...
Nice try. You weren't here 5 minutes before Isla roped you into her project.
Daughter?
The reason you didn't want me studying active arcs was because it was too but Bryn offered to do it for me. None of...
The reason I didn't want you researching arcs is because I ordered you not as your father, but as the leader of the Enclave. This insolence and disrespect will not... You will drop this obsession at once, Isla.
Hey,
I can't be seen speaking to you about this subject anymore.
but
I need to get back to work.
Isla, I was wondering if you might be able to help my friend.
Oh, what?
I was wondering if you've heard of an affliction.
A damage.
It certainly seems like the Enclave had a better understanding of it than the rest of the Maida does. I believe our quartermaster is suffering from it. She's a Kashar like you.
Ah, yes. The condition isn't unique to Kashar, but it's believed we experience it in greater severity. I've heard of Ram, Obrun, Ashar, and Kasil alike. The first line of treatment is sleep. Thankfully, a sleeping balm should go a long way to help her.
Is there a more accurate...
Unfortunately, no. The research, and I suppose academics are hesitant to rename conditions until they...
Changing the name would just confuse matters.
Then again, using a name that implies an individual has been cursed by a goddess of justice.
If this won't cure Kasmin, what else will we need to do to help?
It's what she needs to do for herself, sadly. There is no cure for Ira's plague. Only sleep will put her on the right track, but she needs to eat properly and actively fight the compulsions that
She has a long road ahead of her.
She does. But she's not walking it alone.
Have you experienced
Not personally, no. But when I was born, my mother sought out the sleeping bag. Great foresight.
You've never spoken of your mother.
She died before I was even a year old.
How do I get hold of a sleeping balm?
Well, I can make one for you here if you bring... You'll need emerald lucin, a gemstone famed for its ability to radiate peace, and chill feather weave. In addition to this, you'll need oil membrane for the formula, and of course, red cotton.
I'll bring you those right away.
Before Asylum,
How we track down
your band is
dumb.
But you know...
I have a
And I have very little time.
I'm working on it.
Then let's prioritize that. Arakim mentioned you wanted to compare a mantle.
We'd like to see if he might be my father.
All right. I've set his mantle aside for you. I'll need yours too, and the pattern tracer to perform the test.
You all right?
A little nervous.
I have to say, your mantle is spectacular. Mateo's easily pales in comparison.
Oh, thank you. And, is he my father?
No, I'm sorry. It's not a match.
Oh, I see.
Hey, we'll keep looking. Maybe now it's time to talk to Lane?
You're right. We should consult with them. I'll see you back at camp.
Bryn, you brought your talented smith. To what do I owe the pleasure?
I was wondering if you might have any information on Tarmakine's smithing practices within the...
I'm not well versed in Tarmakind myself, but I recall one. You could try searching the guild district in High Denevron for a registry.
Sola is actually hoping to restore the lost art herself. Anything else I could look for that might help?
The smithing guild also had an extensive library.
Thank you so much.
I admire your ambition.
If anyone can do it, it's Sola.
I don't know about that.
I can believe it. Good luck.
Eric.
Bryn,
Hi, Sola.
welcome back. It's good to see you safe.
Of course.
I was really hoping we'd find my father. You were right, Lane.
I often am. Let's build a census of male Oberon in the Enclave within a limited time. Knowing your father had to have been here when the Veil...
Time to chase a paper trail. Between the two of us, we'll find your father.
Yes.
Hey, listen.
What is it?
Statue or no statue, I'm sure your dad was every bit the hero that your mom said he was.
Our archival work might not be the most glamorous way to chase down a lost relative.
You're right.
Sounds like your work with Isla was a
Not exactly. She seems less willing to talk to...
Yeah, I wouldn't be so sure of that.
She did? What about?
Isla wants you to go to the Archon's Hearth. She wants you to collect Archon parts that may be hard to spot without...
I've been to the Archon's Hearth already. But is there anything you think I should know?
You enjoy diving into restricted areas.
Hey, it's literally my...
The Archon's Hearth is where all arcs... Not that we had much use for it. But all the material...
What parts does Isla want me to collect?
There'll be 3 what's-its, 4 who's-its, and...
For a guy delivering secret messages, you know?
I glazed over when she started listing the parts, and, well, we decided her sneaking out to guide you on your scry was the best course of action. Besides, even if we knew what the parts were called, there's a lot of junk down in the Archon's Hearth. It wouldn't be easy to spot on your own.
The Eye, well, her father, was livid when I brought her the resonance. Couldn't Isla get in trouble for sneaking out?
I know. Oh, she's never been caught. But yes, she could absolutely get in trouble for this.
Got it. I appreciate you being the middleman, Eric. Sounds like I'd better get to the Archon's Hearth.
Enjoy the trip. I hear it's toasty when you get deeper in. It is basically a giant forge for arcs, after all.
You wanted to talk?
Mm-hmm.
Why all the mystery, milady?
In a word,
About...
Sev. He's been acting strangely. He's going there a lot in off hours. And Dom, of course, stays up later than us and says he's often slipping away.
Have you asked Sev what's wrong?
I have, and he waves it off every time.
Right. What do...
Sev has completely cut me off. But, you know, maybe that will pay off here. I hate this.
You do? Yes.
Talk to Lane for me. Okay, let's go back before anyone gets nosy. And if Sev asks...
We need to talk about Sev.
Wait, you know why I'm here?
I'm a keen observer, and you have no Pangel face. Also, Sola has many strengths, but Sev, however, is somewhat more adept at hiding things. He's been moving back. Let me ask you something. Did you notice anything odd when you were at the hold?
There was a moment when Sev approached the Eye to speak alone.
Ah. That confirms my suspicion, then. Have you noticed that Sev and the Eye wear a
I had not.
The symbol looks to be a stylized...
well, I'm not sure, but I think it's something akin to a water wheel. I don't recognize it myself, but given the Eye is wearing it, the Enclave might have...
The archives in the Spire might have something. Though I'd rather just ask Sev.
Given his secrecy about this whole affair, I can't imagine he will be forthcoming.
Good point. And yet... Either way, time for a little investigation. Hey, big guy. Everything okay?
Yes, mostly. I was wondering if you had a moment sometime.
Then I might be delighted to give it. Of course.
Thank you, Bryn.
You're seriously telling me Carnhaven is now completely independent from Sansa? Bryn's parents fought in the war. Wow. I guess it makes sense that our history books are a little out of date, but...
You said you needed some help, Sev? What's up?
Have I ever told you how I envy...
How so?
Maybe I'm just romanticizing it.
I was born in the tail years of a liberation war, Sev. It never made sense to me that I couldn't be...
I wish making decisions came so simply to me. Anyway, I've been working on a side project to help the Hearthsiders. And I'm having trouble sourcing some rarer components.
What are you working on?
I can't say much.
That revelation would carry more weight if...
I know he can be abrasive.
Do the axle or spindle know?
I'm... honestly...
But you do.
He's sworn me to secrecy. But...
You're sure?
I know I come off as a pushover.
If the Hearthsiders are asking for your help, can't they provide what you need?
The survivors are strapped. Their supplies. I'm sure before the surge they would have had rare materials in reserve. But those days are over.
If you think it's worth doing, it's worth doing. Just tell me what you need.
Bryn, honestly, I've put together a schematic and I'll leave it with Solar. The majority of the asks are reasonably mundane. It's just...
Oh no.
Well, I need some particular secretions from a glass tail.
Why is it never onions? You know, small, green, distinct lack of talons. Never flash freeze you into an icy prison, though I suppose both can. I'm kidding, Sev. I'll see what I can do.